All right, guys, so we're back here at Home Depot again, and we're buying cleaning equipment. So you're new to the industry and you need to get cleaning equipment. You want to know what to clean your house, maybe your dorm room. I got a girl going to college, so I know how that feels. So why don't you come with us and we're going to show you what we would buy at Home Depot when we're going to buy cleaning equipment. All right, so we're back at Home Depot, and this time we're looking at cleaning equipment, cleaning supplies. What would we use if my only option was to buy things on just the commercial market? These heavy-duty sponges, little pads, I avoid them for two reasons. First, they scratch everything I put them on. So if I'm doing chrome, stainless steel, they scratch everything. If I'm using chemical, the chemical goes right through them. It doesn't hold anything in there. So what I would use in place of these is Scotch-Brite 3M zero scratch pads. Why would I use those? Well, because it has a sponge that's going to hold my cleaning chemical. If we looked at my last video and we talked about how much an acid bowl cleaner costs, sometimes upwards of $7 a quart, I want something that's going to not let that go down the drain. I want to keep it, right? So that's why I'm using these, and I don't want to have it so it's hurting someone's sink or faucet. So when I'm scratching as hard as I can, these aren't going to scratch the surface. Of course, we're going to use the Mr. Clean erasers. And not just because I have no hair. They're great for surfaces that you're like, well, I don't know if that comes clean and I don't want to ruin it. What are those? Footprints on walls with flat paint. These work great. Areas you just can't get clean any other way. I put degreaser on it. I put everything I can on it. These are good for that. So with these, making sure you soak them first, wet them, wring them out, and then use them. If you're using them dry, they're not going to be effective, of course. Read your directions on here, but that's how they tell you to use them. And a lot of times after you're done cleaning it, wipe the wall so you don't have the white residue that sometimes these leave behind. And then that will also help you. I kind of avoid the, scrub daddies. I do use them at my house, but I do not use them in a commercial environment. I stay away from any steel wool, anything that could scratch a customer's, surfaces, whether it be residential or commercial or your own. Last thing you want to do is ruin something that you paid for. But that's what I would buy here. There are times when I would use these little brushes, like if I'm dealing with grout lines and my sponge isn't doing the job, I could use something like this, right? But not all the time. And here we're looking at microfiber. If you look, there's like tons of different kinds, and there's tons of different prices. A lot of times, the cheaper the microfiber towel, the cheaper the actual towel. So if I'm looking at this where it's $9 or $10, and then I'm up here at $13. This is a 24 pack, and this is giving me, I don't know how many, let's see, 50. These are probably more single use. I can't keep washing these. I'll use them once and have to throw them out. So keep that in mind. You don't want to have that. You want something, even if you're spending a little bit more, that you can wash over and over again, because that's where your savings comes in. Not, hey, they're cheap right now. Something I'll do with my microfibers, and I'll learn really quick, is I'll hang them up to the light. If I can see the light through them, I won't buy them, or I won't buy them again for that instance, right? I avoid terry towels completely now. When we first started our business, there only was terry towels, and that's what we use, but they breed infection. To be very honest with you, they smell, they'll get moldy if you don't clean them right away. So we don't deal with anything that has actual cotton in it. Microfiber, synthetic fabric, right? Polyester, things like that. Cotton is cotton. So we avoid that like the plague.
With promo code SUMMER26, you can save 20% on an annual membership to OctoClean Media. You'll gain access to live coaching calls, regularly updated courses, downloadable templates and guides, and a community of commercial cleaning professionals. Use promo code SUMMER26 at checkout and save 20% on your annual membership. This offer is available throughout July and August only. Visit OctoCleanMedia.com and start investing in the future of your business today.
What would we use if we were putting, let's say, a janitor's cart or starting up an account, or even in your house, right? You're always safe with anything from Rubbermaid. They make great products. You'll have them forever. I'm looking at, lobby dustpans. I mean, they're lobby dustpans. If they're constructed well, they're going to last a long time. This is a good brand that we use. Kind of avoid this one, but toilet brushes, of course. A toilet brush is pretty much a toilet brush, to be honest with you. In a commercial environment, I wouldn't use these because we can't put them we don't put them out and leave them out for the public to see. So I want something easy to put into a tote, simply something like this. Super cheap, easy to use. We put them in actual trigger sprayer bottles. We cut the top of the bottle off and put them in the bottle so they sit upright, and then they're easy for us to use. So, and those are $9, so which is, in my opinion, a little high, but you can get them right here for $5. Same situation. So vice the 17 if you get the little cute caddy and all that. So you really don't need that in a commercial environment. You really don't need that in your house. You don't want to leave them laying around. I'm gonna be very honest with you. All of these mop buckets you see here, I wouldn't touch them. We're gonna go for a walk. I need to show you what we will use. And the reason I wouldn't touch them is the actual mop itself. It's very hard to clean, and you're not gonna, keep this in mind that it's only, your surface cleaning is only gonna be as clean as what you're cleaning it with. So if you have a dirty mop, that's not gonna work for you. This is your regular mop bucket. So 96 bucks, 35 quarts, ringer, that would last forever. You're never gonna have to buy another one. And then you're looking at your mop heads. Again, we stay away from cotton. We don't wanna have cotton. You're like, well, I can clean cotton with bleach. Yeah, you can, and it's still gonna be bad, and it's gonna ruin the cotton. And this also is a cotton blend. So we're staying away from these either. Anything that says blend, it has cotton in it. And our biggest thing is we're cleaning for health, right? We want people to be healthy. So we're gonna look at microfiber loop mops. And if you look at here, they don't have them. And there's a reason for that, they're expensive. And then mop handles. You can use any of these mop handles, doesn't matter. I like a claw type, but if I don't have it, I'm at Home Depot, I will grab a gate type. The claw type makes it so I don't have to touch it when I take it off, and that's why I like it. But ultimately, this is where you wanna stay when you're looking at your mops, your mop heads, things like that. If I had to make a purchase here because I didn't have a mop head, it's in the middle of the night or whatever, I would go with the blended mop head, something like this, over a cotton mop any day. Because at least you don't have as much cotton. This is another new product here. This is a microfiber, basically a microfiber mop that collapses, and you can use it like you would use a regular mop head. And again, the good thing about that is this microfiber. The second good thing about that is I can actually wring it out. I'm not just throwing it on the ground, and that's how I'm doing this. I can grab this, put it in a mop bucket, and wring it out with this mop bucket. It comes with a little plastic adapter. They work great. We really like them. We'll probably do another video for you guys on it when we actually use it. As far as brooms, things like that, we'll keep walking. You know, you're looking at stuff you're gonna have, how long is it gonna last? So something like this, while if you're using it on a janitor's cart, might work okay, but you wanna look at, you know, are the bristles synthetic or are they actual like straw? If they're straw, you wanna avoid them. They're gonna fall out, you're gonna look, you know, bad to your customer or your house, wherever you're cleaning. It's not gonna look good. So you want synthetic bristles, and I don't like wood mop handles. And the reason for that is wood is like natural, like cotton is, and wood can breed bacteria, pathogens. I can disinfect this. I can't disinfect a wood handle. So if I'm in a commercial building, or even if I'm in my house and I want to make sure everything I have is clean, I'm going to go with metal handles. You want to stay away from all of these type of mops. Again, as you can imagine, this is just going to breed infection, and no matter what you put in your mop bucket, you're putting all those germs and pathogens back on your floor. So all of these in a commercial environment are a no-go. As far as residential, these type of things, they just don't clean well. I get they're handy, they're light, but they just don't clean well for us. We get a lot of questions about like, well, you know, what vacuums do you recommend? And you always see us say, I want a backpack vacuum. I'm not naive. A lot of people, either they can't afford it, or they don't want to use one right now, or you're cleaning your house. It's just not, you know, it's not great for that possibly. So what am I looking at when I look at a vacuum? When I go in to buy a vacuum and I want, all my options are just this, like what would I want to look at? Well, first of all, I'd look at something that doesn't have bags, because the last thing I want to do is keep replacing bags, right? Then I'm looking at my filtration. If I'm looking at something, I want to look at, is it HEPA filtrated, right? Does that mean I could at least kind of bring it into a building and be like, well, it's HEPA filtration, which means I'm not putting dirty pathogens back in your air. So that's what I'm looking at here. Not a lot of options. And the last thing is also, like, if I'm using an upright vacuum, am I going to start sucking things into the beater bar? You know, is there going to be hair in the beater bar? I want something easy to clean. So when I'm looking at that, usually I'll stick in like the shark area, look for pet stuff, because the pet vacuums have a tendency to have a beater bar that's very easy to clean, or even certain ones have it where it's not going to let you suck up hair. It'll actually suck it into the vacuum. So like these ones here where you see the pet, those work really well. for an upright if you have to have an upright. We do use these for day porter, like small areas, things like that. We'll use something that has a battery in it. So I'm not carrying around a cord where a customer's not gonna trip on a cord during the day for daytime cleaning. Now, with these, I've used a lot of different ones of these. We've used these. They work pretty good. The issue that we have is there's an electrical component into here, and that gets worn out, and then the beater bar doesn't work. We've also used these, and honestly, these on the cordless version work better than those. They last longer. So I would stick with something that doesn't like come apart all the time. So something like this, where it's cordless and it kind of clicks in, where this worked great at first, but over time actually wore down and didn't work that great. So the other thing we're looking at is what about carpet cleaning? Because that's something that I can make more money with. This is in the same area. So when I'm coming in here, a lot of carpet cleaning has nothing really to do about the carpet cleaning actually. It's more, or cleaner actually, it has more to do with what is the carpet cleaning chemistry you're using. Are you putting down an alkaline and rinsing it with an acid? And that's what we do not have here. All of these are alkaline. So high alkaline, think of degreaser, right? Think of things like that where you're putting that on your carpet. Well, if you're putting that on your carpet, it's there to clean. You could use any of these machines if you had the chemistry right. So you're looking at an acid in your tank and an alkaline on that's actually spraying. They usually don't put that into play. But what would I look at if I had to have something and I'm like, look, I got to have something for a commercial. Really, you don't want to use any of these because you'll be there forever. You're looking at stuff like this for more like emergency extraction. Something small, something that's going to just suck up a spill, spot clean carpet, where you can spray it and then put an acid in your tank for your rinse tank. And then you're actually extracting what's there. So when I say acid, I'm not talking about a bowl acid you probably saw in other of my videos. It's an acid specifically for fabric, right? Or carpet. That's what I look at. So when I'm looking at that, none of these really have them. These are all, alkaline chemicals. So it looks really good right away and then it gets dirty again. So if that's what you're looking for, look at my other videos and we'll talk to you about those acids. But as far as carpet cleaning and vacuuming, these are the ones I would look at if I was looking at having to buy something here at Home Depot.